technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds from the high around 39. Tonight, mainly clear skies with a south breeze and low around 28. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return, but it will be breezy. We'll see a high near 53. Meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's that special time of year again with bowl games galore, ugly Christmas sweater parties, and way too much eggnog. And like clockwork, you still haven't bought any gifts yet. Great news! Your procrastination headquarters this year is at Tailored Life in Bennett. Avoid the long lines in Lincoln stores and head down Highway 2 to Bennett. Just a 20-minute drive, and their staff will help you pick out the perfect gift for your mom, wife, or significant other. Procrastination has an answer this year at Tailored Life in Bennett.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at christmaslightsinlincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. One final segment of On the Block. Austin Norman with you. Appreciate Strick. We're trying to jump on. Hopefully we can get that solved for tomorrow. But no worries. We got Jay Foreman in here now. What's up, Jay? Welcome in.
What's happening?
We've been talking a lot about NIL. We've been talking
we're
going
to talk about it all day.
All that sort of stuff. We're going to keep talking about it till it gets solved, which will probably end up being the heat death of the universe. So content for days, content forever. It's pretty nice. We had some interesting questions from people here on the text line. I'm trying to think. One of them, Mean Joe Green said, what would you think of the NIL having a set value for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors? The value can go up based on your year in college with a salary cap thing like the pros. We also had someone say, I'm trying to find it here, 9550. What if there was a cap on the number of transfer players a team could sign? Would this deter players from transferring? I think that both of those are interesting suggestions on their own, but I want your opinion on this, having, played the college game and then played the pro game. The reason pro leagues are able to set rookie scale deals that go up and they're able to set veteran minimums and all that stuff is because it's collectively bargained. Right now, I think if college sports tried to say this is what you're limited to, on its own, without collectively bargaining with the players, that would get struck down in a heartbeat, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And so the players got to also be well prepared if they want to do that. You got to unionize. You got to have certified agents. You're going to have people that, don't work directly with the university. Then you got to think about, second opinions as far as like injuries. Who's gonna be the independent doctors? There's a lot of things that go into it. So I think there should be some rule that you should cap, like a freshman cap, or like what you could pay a player, and you might be able to do it based on the revenue sharing and whatever percentage you put into your quarterback room or your quarterback in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. I think they have to get to where the players are employees, and obviously the university is the employer, and it's going to take a long time because you got to think that people forget, whether it's the NFL, NBA, hockey, Major League Baseball, every one of the major sports, even when they were or trying to collective bargain or try to get more freedom, free agency. But you got to think it was just like 1993. Reggie White kind of like, broke through the seal of free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Free agency before that was like essentially you were at the end of your contract and the owners were deciding whether I want to get rid of you or not. So it's not too long ago that the NFL was not moving as smoothly as it is right now. And so you got to think is that for college players and universities, you're going even back, or you would go, even though it's a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about collective bargaining, you'd be back even before that. And it's funny you said this. I'm in a pretty cool group chat. It's my dad, Randy Moss, Jake Reed, Darren Nelson, Steve Jordan, a couple of family friends, and we'll just talk about a multitude of issues. And they talked Steve Jordan, my dad, and there he is. There goes my man Dave from Renew right there.
See, Dave,
yeah.
Appreciate you.
And they talk. They're texting about the owner Mike Lynn of the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Notorious, stone cold racist.
Dang.
Like straight up tell you. But they also what makes them so mad about it is how he used to negotiate with people. Like literally, like, hey, take this contract because you can't go. There's no free agency.
Right.
We own you, or go work at the gas station on the corner. That's literally what he told players that were now in the Ring of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So now it would never happen to that magnitude right now. What I'm saying is just how far the NFL has came in really a relatively short time. You got to think 1993, 94.
30 years.
30. That's not a long time, man.
But we're not talking about where college football is at the NFL spot until 2050.
Right.
If it takes 25, 30 years.
Exactly. So pump the brakes, learn how to, look, I know the market is perceived to be crazy right now. The biggest thing right now is tampering is alive. Everybody does it. Mm-hmm. But when tampering happens, all these fictitious numbers or fake numbers out there, those are the agents. Yeah. And those are the uncles throwing that out there because they're trying to drive the market up and see who's dumb enough to bite on what they've heard out there in the universe. Now, some are factual, but generally the players that are getting those factual numbers or those factual big contracts are actually factually good. Right. They're actually tangible good players. Mm-hmm. That means when you Google them, you see like, dang, all right. Like the wide receiver that went from Oklahoma to LSU today. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, he had 11 touchdowns, 940 yards, multiple quarterbacks. He's a very productive player, and he's already in the SEC, and he's going down to another team with a little bit better and steady quarterback situation. You kind of, all right, I'm going to get what I paid for. Right. Versus like, all right, I was a so-so player. Man, I had a good game or two. And then now you got people running around talking about you're going to get that much. And then you get out there and you're getting half of that.
Right. David from Renew, I thought Jay was going to say our group chat was pretty funny.
It is. Now, our group chat is legendary because I'll tell you this about Dave from Renew. And listen, I'm telling you, you got Dave's a good dude. They do really, really good work. Need to bring my car over there anyways. I got to decide whether I'm going to get in there before winter or after to get all the slushy, taken care of. Me and Dave have a delicacy that we have in common that we didn't know. Didn't know about. I cannot mention it on air, but we're trying to implore young Nick Sainer to take this next step into manhood.
Ooh,
he's fighting it. Yeah, it's
luck with
the
that.
Pius X that's in the back of his head.
Oh, it's ingrained. That's lifelong for him,
Yeah.
unfortunately. You're fighting a lot.
But we're
You're fighting
trying
history.
we're trying to you gotta let that go. If you're gonna hang around with adults, you gotta do an adult thing.
We'll see. Let's pause 10 quick seconds for station ID, then another something interesting from the text line to wrap us up.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
7938 says, what if sophomores had to sit out? If they transferred, only juniors and seniors can transfer without sitting out. Again, interesting idea. But Jay, I don't think people are wrapping their minds around the fact that this can't happen without the players agreeing. If the NCAA just imposes it, the NCAA's biggest challenge right now, behind the scenes, the part that everyone's talking about without talking about it, is the economics. Is that the NCAA is being held to the same standard as pretty much every other business has for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Just because the NCAA has gotten away with it for so long, that's why it feels new. But these are some long-standing economic principles the NCAA has been ignoring, and it's all hitting them in the face at once.
Yeah, and they're not trying to figure. They're just like, okay, you caught us. All right, now you guys go figure it out.
Right.
So there's not an NCAA right now. Where are they? Can you name one person?
Charlie Baker.
Yeah. When is the last time you've heard anything of him?
Charlie Baker just 2 weeks ago said that the NCAA is expanding the NCAA tournament to either 72 or 76 teams.
Sure. And what does that do? That's their biggest moneymaker.
It is.
Thank you, Charlie. We're going to expand
out loud.
Yeah, we're going to make it even more money. Thank you for telling us. Yeah. Okay. Since you found this other hustle that we've just pulled over your eyes for that long, peed on you and tell you it's raining. Now we got a new one over here. We're gonna make the biggest one even better. So you guys keep dealing with those rain showers that we keep giving you over there. Thanks, Charlie. I know that message was sent with love.
Are you on board with 72 or 76 teams in March Madness?
I love March Madness.
Same.
I love March Madness. One of the best. I love watching March Madness. I love waking up early and watching it all day. I'm gonna tell you one of the best things I ever did was I went down and watched it at a sports book in Vegas, and it's early out there. Unfortunately, I think one of the games I watched is when Duke lost to Mercer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm familiar.
Well, here's I'll tell you the funny thing.
Lehigh.
Funny thing, I picked that game.
No shot.
Yeah, I did.
Woo! Okay.
Well, no, hold on. I picked it. And I'm not a gambler. I don't do it because it never doesn't excite me. I was with a guy named Mike Fink. I said, dude, you need to put. I'll go halves on it. Put some money on. I'm willing to throw it. I said, I think these dudes are going to win. I saw Mercer play one night. I was like, these dudes can cause some damage. And he's like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And then there were some more upsets. I call it the Steve Stevens money management. But yeah, I mean, it's fondest memories of March Madness. I like it. Is getting up early and it's super early out there and you just watch all day. But I think the more teams, the merrier. I know the top end teams most likely don't like it.
Oh, the top end teams love it.
Well, because they
get more from their conference in.
Sure, but what I mean is like, say you go through the ACC or the Big Ten, and you're the number one seed. You at that point you want to have a easier path. You don't want to play some upstart Detroit team and get embarrassed. That's why I say they won't like it. Now, conferences love it.
NC State last year, Syracuse a couple of years.
They'll love that. Sure, but I'm just saying the teams that are really, really well, NC State, Syracuse, and all those teams. They're thinking getting in the tournament and making noise, like the Dukes and it used to be North Carolinas and all those type of teams. They're thinking about we need to get in there and have a clear path to a championship.
Yeah,
and so it's two different things. So I'm thinking along the championship line. They won't like it. All the other teams, Clemson's, even if my man Damon Stoudemire gets those guys going, like those type of teams, Memphis, which they will get a couple more teams or a team or two. They definitely love it.
Last thing for you. This was the first thing that Bach and I talked about on the show, but we need to get your answer. The 5 teams you will never root for.
In sports?
In sports.
Oh, Cowboys is number 1.
Okay.
Iowa, Michigan. Ooh.
Dolphins.
I don't really hate the Dolphins because they never can beat Buffalo, but I'll throw the Dolphins in there.
You don't have to. You only got 2 spots left.
Well,
no, Dolphins worthy of a spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4. You got 1 more.
Who else do I hate?
College, pro, doesn't matter. Who are you never rooting for?
I'd like to say Florida State, but I got a lot of friends there. I want to say that. Maybe I'd say Wisconsin.
Okay.
I respect him. I just won't root for you.
Root for him.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and same with Iowa. I don't hate Iowa. I respect them.
You almost went there.
I did. I did. That's crazy. I did. I almost went a lot of places. With that. I almost went a lot of places. It was only one place I chose to go.
True.
And they chose me.
And that's home.
Yeah. There you go.
That's beautiful. It's been a good show. Big thanks to Nebco for sponsoring On the Block. Big thanks to Sartor Hamann Jewelers for their sponsorship of the text line and streams as well. Don't forget, text NEBNIL to 801801 through Friday, part of the Together We Win campaign. 36 counties down, 57 more to go for 93.7. The ticket to chip in $5,000 toward that campaign as well. We got the map up on our social medias. You can go, you can track it there. We'll get out of here. When we get back, it'll be DP and J with you for Old School on 93.7 The Ticket.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Tis the season to raise a little Cane by bringing Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers to your holiday celebration. Spread joy and good cheer with crispy crinkle-cut fries, garlicky buttered Texas toast, and our signature Cane sauce. Make things even merrier with our festive beanies, socks, mugs, and more for everyone on your nice list. And for a little extra holiday spirit, drop a Cane's gift card in their stockings. Happy holidays from Raising Cane's. One love.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? That feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios on O Street.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. When you purchase a $50 gift card, you receive a $5 bonus card, or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, The Butchery, The Bakery, and all Lincoln Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs locations. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
It's that special time of year again, with bowl games galore, ugly Christmas sweater parties, and way too much eggnog. And like clockwork, you still haven't bought any gifts yet. Great news! Your procrastination headquarters this year is at Tailored Life in Bennett. Avoid the long lines in Lincoln stores and head down Highway 2 to Bennett. Just a 20-minute drive, and their staff will help you pick out the perfect gift for your mom, wife, or significant other. Procrastination has an answer this year at Tailored Life in Bennett.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog? A cat? Or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back in full effect. The Old School crew, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. We're coming at you live, 1040 O Street. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients of Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Andremat, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. Appreciate their support as we head down the stretch of these holidays. We also have 1890 week Together We Will Win campaign. We're trying to get representation from all 93 counties. So if you're in Lancaster County, have family and friends in another county that has not been already claimed, you can claim it yourself. So we just want everybody to get in where they fit in. We're trying to obviously help NIL, and as we move to roster management, roster expansion, and retention, 1890 wants everybody all aboard. But DP, I got the question here during the crossover. Austin asked me, what are 5 teams I refuse to root for? We're gonna turn it over to you. We got to do it. Old Dad 34 said Jay Colorado, bro. I don't root for Colorado. I root for Deion and stuff to do well. And then Bo Lever said, what about if Iowa and Michigan played? I don't know. I probably, I'm a little bit lactose. I'd probably just go drink a gallon of milk. How about that?
My default come-back to this, I saw this on Twitter, was I just start praying for Revelation 22 to come true.
Yeah. Well, you just need a weather-related game delay so nobody wins. You don't want to give them any credit. But I want to turn it over to you, DP.
Oh, man.
What are 3 to 5 teams, and you know who my number 1 was, the Cowboys. So give me 3 to 5 teams that you, no matter what, you refuse to root for.
That's actually easier than it's 1 through 5. It's the same number. It's the same name.
Cowboys.
It's the same. It 1 through 5.
Yeah.
They all of them. They all of them.
Yeah.
They not them boys. Like Evil Empire. Like you can name 5 evil names and just list them.
Yeah.
Like Dirty Star, right? You know the Faded Blue and Gray, Jerry's World, Jerry's Kids, because sometimes they act a little different.
Yeah, they do.
No, it's 1 through 5. Listen. I don't have a college villain enemy.
Yeah.
That doesn't. I moved around too much to kind of do that. There are teams on the pecking order that I root for less than everybody else. But pro sports and in baseball, I don't have that villain.
Yeah.
The NBA, as much as any organization could be, if there were going to be one in the NBA, it would be the Celtics.
I was just about to say the Celtics.
It would be the Celtics.
And it's mainly because of the fans. Because any fan that decides to break into Bill Russell's house and drop a deuce after all those 11 championships, you just
yeah.
Philly fans are next.
Well, but I mean, like Philly has some redeeming value.
Yeah, Philly fans are just roguish.
Yeah, I mean, like I understand the grind. The Patriots would be it in the NFL if the Cowboys didn't exist.
Yeah, because just look at Rico.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
5'3" thinks he's 6'3".
Right. Like, I mean, you've been lying. Rico. You've been lying to yourself for like your little dude.
We love you, Rico.
Chill out. I'm trying to think if they're the team that I would root for the least in college. Currently, they've earned the right. It is Iowa.
Oh, for sure.
It 100%. Like it's not Ohio State. It's not anybody else. It's Iowa, and they're again. In most cases, it's the team, but in this case, it's the fan base. The fan base. Look, they've been so weird at Big Ten events and Big Ten tournaments that I just go, no, I can't mess with y'all. Like I give everybody a chance. I'm love based. I can't mess with Iowa. And it's Iowa over Michigan.
Yeah, and that's hard to do.
Right.
That's hard to do. Iowa just, I think, put themselves in warp speed because Michigan can go, at least for me, all the way back, even before I even got in college. Right? They always have had that elitist type of mind, way they walk around with their nose in there. Whereas like Iowa, since we joined in the Big Ten, but even before, I think there still were a little bit of butt hurt when Eric Crouch ran that man over and essentially won the starting spot and got the Heisman. Then all of a sudden the hate for Nebraska and everything, and then obviously we played into it or played down to it, and they were able to beat us at kind of the same ways that we used to play. But their fan base,
yeah, I mean,
and
you know who's making a bid, and it didn't hit me until I went back east. And there are, man, if I hear one more rando scream, "We are,"
oh, Penn State,
I'm gonna punch you in your Penn State face.
Oh yeah,
like it is.
They are. Penn State.
They're the most ungrateful.
How soon they forget?
Right, like they don't remember anything but the win.
Well, they don't remember just a few years ago. Now, I will tell you. Do you know where "we are" comes from? Penn State. So it's actually a pretty interesting story.
I had a really wrong answer. I had a really inappropriate. Really inappropriate answer.
It starts from. It's actually pretty interesting. It starts from. I forget what year it was. The football team was playing, and essentially the bowl game that they're at were trying to segregate their team, and they didn't. And essentially the players on the team said, "We are," and that "we are" Penn. Like we're everybody's Penn State, and so they tried to do it. That's where it really came from. But the one thing about it, this is a huge Penn State right now. This is everybody's focusing on Ohio State, and let's face it, most likely Ohio State won't win the championship.
Right.
Ryan Day probably won't get fired even if they don't win it. It's $40 million. It's probably $50 million or so with the staff.
Right.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Penn State. I know that everybody's talking about their backup quarterback jumping in and trying to, cash in or whatever. And we'll get it. We'll talk about portal and when they could change the portal date and can there be others and so forth and so on. Because it's free agency during the season. But if James Franklin doesn't get to that championship game this year, if I'm on the board, I understand. We've talked about this. How dare you turn your nose up at this amount of winning, which he's been winning.
Right.
But bro, whatever pictures you have on whatever this committee, you literally have a JV squad, the easiest path to the championship. You're not playing a blue blood. You're playing, what is it? Who do they play first?
You're playing Smooth.
No, you play SMU.
You're Smooth.
Yep.
And then you play Boise.
The 3-2 be Boise.
But
at
here's the
a
thing.
neutral site.
And then probably Georgia.
But here's the thing.
Here we go.
Smooth is not.
No, they're no right.
Like,
they're no punk, but you got them at home though.
Well, we said a year ago when they announced with NIL that if you don't begin to understand what SMU is going to end up doing with all that Texas money flowing through the program, it wasn't going to take them long to get their legs. Yeah. And they got their legs, and here's what it is. So I would be on the side to say that it wouldn't be an upset if SMU beat Penn State. But I also am on the side of this is, listen, you can scream we are Penn State, but nobody outside of Penn State knows what that is. Nobody outside of the state knows what we are. But
this is the opportunity for everybody to, listen, James Franklin he's a good coach. He's a great coach. He's done a really good job. And I have no problem with James Franklin. I just think the conversations with him instantly change, because here's why I think they instantly change. You remember just a little bit over a year ago, he was trying to get, actually 2 years ago, he was trying to get that USC job.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work out. Then he was trying to leave even before then. So the people, the Board of Regents, they remember that. And then when you look at it, whether it's a one game and anybody can win one game, you have a home game against an upstart SMU team that, number one, over the year, starts slow and you're at home. So the dagger in the heart should be in there early. Now, granted, they're going to be game and they're going to be ready to play. They got great athletes, but now you're playing them at home. Weather's on your side. Familiarity is on your side. And then you don't have to go to Boise, which is, the logistics is almost probably maybe worse than when they flew out to LA to beat USC. Now you get to play them at a neutral site. So now the advantage again, and you will be favored in both games. I don't care whether it's 1 or 10 points, again, against Boise.
Yeah.
So to get to where they should be getting, they have an easier path than anybody else, all things considered.
Well, but I land on the side that I actually thought that SMU and Boise were better than Penn State.
But they don't think that. We are fan base. Don't think that.
Again, the case of the delusional soup that they swallow up on a regular basis. Like, wait a minute, it's Happy Valley. And if you haven't had the opportunity to fly into Pennsylvania and drive to Happy Valley,
I have not.
Yeah. It's in it's you got to fire in the Harrisburg, right?
Yeah,
right? Harrisburg.
Believe so.
Yeah.
You got to go through some stuff.
Do you know
I've heard nothing but rave reviews about it. Just kidding.
Do you know who's from Harrisburg? One of the most famous NFL coaches are from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Denny Green.
Ah.
And we let him off the hook. And my man Robert Tate.
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get one recruiting at Penn State, and I want to give Franklin credit for recruiting to Penn State through all of his time there, not just now, but all of his time there. Real talk. If you're a 4 or 5 star and you're being recruited by that caliber, let's just say Big Ten. Where on the list does Penn State land? You've got to, I mean, you're not going to pick them over Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon and USC. Probably.
They're right on line with a USC. And this depends on what region of the country you're from.
Well, I mean, listen, if you showed me a picture of Happy Valley and Los Angeles, hey man,
true.
I've seen those USC cheerleader sweaters. I don't even know what Penn State's cheerleaders look like.
But I will tell you this, it's to be frank, with Lincoln Riley there and James Franklin there, if I'm a defensive player, I'm going to Penn State. I'm going to Penn State.
I think there's an argument to be made, though, for guys and gals that just want to focus on ball. You're good, right? I mean, why'd you go to...
You're hilarious.
Why'd you go to Storrs, Connecticut?
Right.
To play for Gina Wariyama?
I mean, these kids, they're not influenced as much as you think about LA versus that. They're looking for where they can try to potentially get to the next level.
And that was before. Tell me about
now.
Tell me about the marketing and all the Broadway and all the sponsored money that happens around all the advertising campaigns and marketing firms that work in Los Angeles versus Happy Valley, Pennsylvania.
Right, they're looking at it, but they're getting paid, so they're not. They're not as a freshman. They're not going out there based on that. These kids, I'm telling you, they're not going to USC for the glitz and glamour. What makes USC appealing with the glitz and glamour is when they were winning.
If they
want to go to the league,
go to Happy Valley in December, and then go to USC in December.
Right, but they're not. These kids aren't thinking it like that, though.
Yeah,
they're just not wired like that. First of all, if they're basing it on strictly weather, they're never going to make it anyways.
Well, I mean, but that's again,
the kids
that's being logical.
But that's the 4 and 5 star. They're thinking about it. It's appealing. I'm just saying they're on par, and I think it's based on region. If you're an Arizona kid or like a West Coast kid, you're not generally not going to go to Penn State.
How many coaches in America are you choosing before you choose James Franklin?
Not many.
Right. Like
not many.
I mean,
not many.
That part, right?
Penn State offer. It's a nice campus. They have a great alumni, and they're very tight knit. But then also, let's just be brutally honest. These kids ain't worried about where they're going at because you know what? They're thinking I got 2 or 3 other stops I'm gonna make anyways. So with that, they could say, you know what? Some of these kids can be like, you know what? I'm from Georgia. I never played in the snow. I'm gonna go up here and play for the snow. I'm gonna have a good year. And you know what? I'm right back in the portal. And you know what? I didn't like the snow that much. I just want to say I did it. And now I'm back at USC.
What is the professional opinion on James Franklin's ability to create NFL players?
Oh, very good. I mean,
right?
It's right. Like proof's in the pudding.
Right. So through all of it, if you're a Penn State fan, and why they made my list was that I again, being back east, I listened to a group of about 15 Penn State people just complain, moan and groan about, well, James Franklin can't win the big one, and he can't do this.
He can't. No, he's not yet.
Well, but remember, there was a recent time when Penn State was in the dark. The lights were off. The lights were off. You were the punchline to every sports joke, especially football jokes.
Yeah.
You were punished and you were in the corner. You were at the kiddie table. And somebody came in and said, "Hey, you know what? I'll rebuild it."
Right. But here's where I think I'll push back on a little. Yes, they were the puncher of jokes. Yes, they were punished, but they didn't get the true darkness like SMU because Bill O'Brien, they were actually pretty dang competitive. I mean, right, like it wasn't the death penalty that everybody thought it was going to be. It was kind of like a little bit of like you just got a shot caller a little bit. Now, granted, there was obviously long-term ramifications. I'm not minimizing that, but I'm talking about football-wise. People were thought like Penn State was never going to be competitive again. Bill O'Brien came in and that staff came in and they were fighting with one arm behind their back and they were winning some fights. And then so they really didn't hit rock bottom.
And that's a football hub
right.
When you talk about that area of the country. So you're not talking about them having to recruit people from all over the country.
Yeah.
If they stay in Steel Alley, they'll be just fine. They'll be just fine.
In
So
Virginia
it's not like,
and Maryland,
right? Like they have to. I mean, look, they've been picking a pocket of Northern Virginia and DC for 30 years. Like the best player in it's a weird thing that the best player in DC almost every year for the last 25 years has ended up at either Penn State or Ohio State.
Yeah.
And and then Michigan had a run, but it doesn't. It speaks to. I want to say that I respect them,
Penn State,
but I cannot just go Penn State. Like I can't. No.
You know what Penn State is. It's like when you have like I remember when I was younger, to go back to Frederick, DC, and we'd have Thanksgiving. And then we, or like Christmas, and we go out and, you have your turkey bowl, right? So, I had a cousin that was pretty athletic. And so, he was, he's pretty good, ended up being a pretty good football player. So you respect him now as a football player. But he's always that dude when you're about to break and run, and he trips you after you get in the end zone.
Austin, you know what it is?
That's exactly who he is.
You know what it is? He all right.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
he's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Oh yeah.
He's okay.
He's the hating cousin.
Right.
But I had a cousin like that. You'd score and you want to do your thing, and then he'd trip you.
Yeah. Like,
and then, or when you get the ball or something, you put it down, he throws it.
Mike Epps told the joke in his recent special. He said, no matter, when you're famous, and you're famous when people know you, he goes, and you come to a cookout.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's happy to see you because like it means that where they chose to be, somebody important chose to be.
Right.
And except for there's one dude in the corner.
Yep.
Staring at you eating his plate, kind of with his back half turned, like
yeah. He ain't that funny.
That's
I used to tell them jokes in the barbershop. or he's the hating uncle that talking to Mike Epps. Yeah, man. When's your next little show going on?
You got a nice little program.
You got a nice little tour.
You got a nice little program.
Hey, I tuned into Netflix and listened to your little show.
Yeah, you got a nice little uniform.
Yeah, man. Anyways, good first segment. Good catching up with DP, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. Quick break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and Jay. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through December 31st is 30% off on Smithy pans. The Mercado is closed on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and it wishes you and yours a very happy holidays. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney and Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. The holidays are here, and Fairway has everything you need for charcuterie boards, shrimp trays, party platters, wine, beer, spirits, and more. Plus, custom fresh cuts on USDA choice or prime grade beef, all-natural pork, fresh chicken, and seafood. Your holiday meals start at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited, all built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of December. Save big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft on end-of-the-year specials store-wide at their new 27th and I-80 location.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. When you purchase a $50 gift card, you receive a $5 bonus card. Or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, The Butchery, The Bakery, and all Lincoln Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs locations. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
The holiday season is here, and Sartor Heyman is making your shopping easy. Shop our wide selection of necklaces, earrings, or bracelets to our amazing line of watches. Looking for something truly unique? Consider our estate jewelry, or even build your own custom handcrafted piece with our in-house designers. The perfect gift at the perfect price. Christmas memories start with family and Sartor Heyman.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. Second segment here. Obviously, we're talking about a plethora of things, but who we hate, and then also a little bit of college football news.
Believer, we see your little text.
Yeah. Hey,
we see your little text.
Yeah, we hear you, man. I mean, that's the way people. I mean, that's the thing. It's just human nature to do that.
I see your little Hall of Fame plaque, Jay Foreman.
Yeah, they do. You was all right. That was like when Simple told me, he was like, "You was all right." Simple, but
I've never been more surprised at a thing that Steve Simple said, and that's saying a lot. But being in the room, Austin, just the look on my face, I almost ran out of the room when Steve Simple said, "Yeah, you're all right."
Yeah, he's like, you were okay.
Probably like you dead square in the face and said it too, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Then he kind of like measured me up a little bit and
looking at him like he's small.
Yeah, I thought Simple maybe felt like because he used to be a boxer, and maybe he might have watched Rocky 3 or something, or Rocky, and thought he was like, yeah, I could break him down.
Eddie Murphy told you.
Yeah.
Oh, you must have seen Rocky.
Me and Rocky. But yeah, man, it's look, man, it's whether it's what we talked about before, these teams, and obviously you got college football playoffs that we'll talk about each bowl game, and obviously at the 5 o'clock hour, and then obviously here on our doorstep. with the transfer portal, and there's going to be more kids that go in. There's going to be more kids, not only from Nebraska, but throughout the whole, nation that go in. And obviously with the portal closing officially on 28th, I think. And then you get 5 days.
Can I ask you a thing, Jay?
What up?
Why don't we call it the transfer portal for coaches?
It's always been that. You mean like when they go get jobs?
Yeah, like when they bounce, right?
I mean, that's what they've always done that.
Right. Like, I mean, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, but see, there's a little bit of a difference. If a coach has a present contract, at least there's a buyout. That means the other team has to, buy out his contract, from the previous team. Whereas like these players, we saw it with the big man Proctor from Alabama. He went in the portal for like literally 3 days. Went up to Iowa, got him a smooth check, and said, I like Tuscaloosa a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and head back. But you can do that because there's no trouble. There's no ramification for it. And so that's just the part of it. And I think it's an arms race is people, puffing their chest out and see, who they can get. And the problem is that here's where you can get into a little bit of a tricky trouble. And sure, as a program or as more importantly, as a player. Take a program out. Here's where you can run into a little bit of a tricky trouble. And this is the day and age of the transfer portal that starts, as we've seen, we just talked about a couple of days ago, in grade school. Kids having announcements in grade school where they're going. And
yeah, did you see that, DP?
Yeah, and he put it, and he had
there's a 7-year-old, 4'4", 46 pounds,
46
with a
pounds.
7-on-7 transfer graphic.
Went in the portal. Burger King gift card.
That's the world we're living in. 4'4", 76 pounds, 7-on-7 transfer portal announcement graphic.
But the best part, he had his height and weight on there. But that's it. But it's part of it right now when you're as a player.
This is why I'm a man of faith. Because at that very moment, just 12 seconds ago, I almost crossed the line. I almost said something about a young person, his entire family.
But you got to think.
I was about to talk about true heritage, full DNA, like questions.
Yeah. But you had the guy.
I need to know.
You had the guy last year that had the son, Baby Gronk, and he got into it, I think, with even our own Will Compton, or former Nebraska Will Compton, and whatever, right? I think on social media. But I think when you look at it as a player, and granted, here's what I tell players like this: it's if I was at Nebraska and it was during transfer port or like this day and time, and whether I won 3 national championships, but say I'm on national championship number 2, and say I'm getting paid, let's just say I'm getting paid $100 here, and somebody wants to come in and pay me $1,000. Well, then if somebody's going to pay you 10 times what you're making, and pretty much paying me probably at least 5 times what I'm actually worth, then you probably have to make a decision to go there. But the problem that these players aren't understanding is this: you don't have to essentially be so influenced by the money, because the money is there. If you're getting recruited by a school like Nebraska at that level, every other school you go to, including Nebraska, has NIL. So that can't be your only reason. And then what you start doing, if you are so influenced by that, then you're influenced by other teams' success. Here's an example. If you're in okay, just say I guess we'll take Nebraska. Say you're 5-1, everything's good, and then you start to lose. Well, then you look at the other teams that are winning, and you're like, I want to do what they do, right? I want to do it. Let's change everything up. Let's do what they do, right? Well, you weren't looking and seeing what they were doing when both of you guys were 5-0 or 5-1 or whatever, 6-1, whatever whatever, until it starts getting really tight. What the NIL and the transfer portal has done is a perfect example. The receiver from Oklahoma, really good player, right? Has shown the ability to be very, very productive in the SEC. Now he's like, you know what? I'm going to go to LSU because LSU has had great receivers prior. I mean, that's exactly what he said.
It's perfect. It's a perfect analogy, and it is part of the problem. One, perspective,
right?
Vantage and perspective. I've been traveling a bit for the last few days, and I got a phone call from a number that I was not familiar with, but I knew the area code. Let's just say that it was a Big Ten area code, right? And they say, "Sir, I met you through so and so. I'm impressed by your talent and what you've done in Lincoln, Nebraska. And I would like you to come and do that in this other area code." And it's another Big Ten area code. It's a Big Ten area code. It's an area code we know. Like we see that and we go, "Oh, I know where you at."
Right.
And they said, "Listen, the work that you put in there is the same kind of work we need done, but we're going to pay you to do that work. We know that you paid yourself in Lincoln.
Right.
We're going to pay you what you should be getting paid there.
Right.
To come and do for us what you've done there.
Right.
If my focus is not right, if my reason ain't right, if my logic ain't right, if my heart ain't right, you start to peak."
Yeah, or your advice ain't right.
Right?
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, listen, quite frankly, no. I'm having the success I'm having because of where I am and the people I'm doing it with.
Right.
It would be silly of me to just jump because there's more money.
Yeah.
I don't know what demons they have going on over there. I don't know who I would have to deal with over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that is. What I know here, look, it's not perfect, but I know what I'm dealing with. And you can do those things. And then the analogy, he 3 phone calls, and dude called back, and then he went, of course he went bigger.
Yeah.
And he said, but literally it's the same thing, only better than there, because it's more money.
Right.
I said, but you're equating money to better. And that's not the truth.
Right.
So I explained to him, "Sir, are you married?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Your wife cook?" He said, "Yep." I said, "Does she make spaghetti?" "Yes, sir. I love her spaghetti." I said, "But I know for a fact that you go out to get spaghetti."
Right.
I can't possibly imagine you going to the chef in the back going, "You make a good spaghetti. I need to now leave my wife to eat your spaghetti on a regular basis."
Right.
No.
Yeah.
We have to grow up a little bit.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, they're, these young kids, they're and I guess there's plenty of blame to go around. I mean, and they're living in a great time where they're actually, like we talked about yesterday, DP, is like, just 10 years ago, these kids were just getting getting scholarship checks.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot more than what we got, when I was playing. So just 10 years ago, guys that weren't able to take advantage of the situation that you're in, and you have to take advantage of it because it's a great time to really take advantage of it. And the money's good, but the money is there. And what these kids don't understand, and I think it starts from, you see it all the time in basketball. The Lincoln High School basketball thing is a little bit different, but just in general, where you see, like, if you go to one of these big club tournaments, and I'll never forget this. I would never forget that we played a team and the kid was pretty good, and his parents, or his mom and dad, he had one uniform on. He had 2 other uniforms on in the same tournament, meaning he was going to play for 3 teams in that weekend. And what I'm saying is, this is like, these kids have done this so much, going from different 7-on-7 teams, different coaches, different trainers. And if you don't hear what you want to hear, and this isn't everybody, this is just a observation. You don't hear what you want to hear, then you either throw your hands up and go find somebody that tells you what you want to hear, who probably is less qualified than the person that's telling you the truth. Well, then now they're not thinking about, when it comes time to make a big decision in college to go to another university, let's just say the money is equal, either the same or somewhat in the same ballpark. They don't understand it's different living conditions. It's a different part of the country. It's a different region of the country. It's a different type of university. Do all your credits transfer? Right? Do you really look at the cost of living? So just say a bed apartment in Nebraska, just say it's $1,000, and say you go to USC, it's $2,000. Well, just say you're there for 2 years. That's an extra $24,000 that you spent for probably a smaller place in USC than Nebraska. You got to think about it. And they don't have, people probably that could talk to them, because sometimes you get people in your ear and the people that are, I remember, when I was an agent, or not an agent, when agents were, they just care about the 3%. Now these guys are getting paid more. So a lot of times you see guys do some things and then you're like, oh, well, wonder why he didn't play good. Now here's also a little bit of a factor. You go down into the SEC and you don't play good. And we talked about it. Your check might be something in September. Come October, November, that deposit hits a little different and it ain't hitting harder. It's hitting a little bit lighter.
And they don't answer your phone.
Well, this let
they
you.
don't answer your phone
Yeah, this
call.
is the level that you're playing at.
They don't answer your phone call. Well, here's and it's another thing we were talking about it in DC, that the real problem is that nobody in this space is a veteran in this space.
Yeah.
Not the coaches, not the administrators,
side,
not the parents, not the high school coaches, not the college coaches, not even the pro coaches are experts in learning to deal with. I mean, there are pro coaches tell you, I don't want to deal with the free agency. I don't want to deal with agents. I don't want to make that. That's why you have a GM that'll go through and deal with that stuff. Coaches don't want to deal with it. Well, same thing in college. College coaches don't want to deal with this nonsense. Tell me, and literally the coach of this program said, listen to me, I answer every email and text that I get because those are people who efforted to reach out to me to be a part of what I'm doing. I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not pursuing nobody. I'm not stalking nobody. If you want to play for me, we can talk. If you don't want to play for me, I'm happy for you.
Yeah. I mean, it also kind of depends on where you're at in your like tenure at universities and stuff. I mean, there's good and bad parts about doing it. You gotta, I will tell you this from coaching basketball, it's like, the parents and stuff like that. I'm sure if money isn't like big time money is involved, it definitely becomes a little bit sticky. Then you got the hangers on and all that. I mean, so it's like, you're I mean, everything. Oh, you gotta. Well, now they're gonna have 105. I guess mini relationships, and some of them bring 5 extra relationships with it. So you're managing and trying to, foster and rehab and constantly re-recruit, reassure, develop, push, hold accountable. A lot of people, all they get to, in this case, a Saturday, and then obviously the NFL level, Sunday. It's definitely a different type of job, different type of landscape, because ultimately, even as bad as the NCAA was, as far as taking advantage of the situation, at least you had some sort of like regulation there.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's none. And then they always were there when it was beneficial for them. Now you need them. Bye. Anyways. And speaking of bye, we just went a little bit by on that segment. We're going to take a quick break, come back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in December, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book your holiday parties at Double Eagle Golf and make plans to join them for a New Year's Eve party. Gift cards make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, and don't forget to look ahead to 2025 as spring leagues begin in February. That's all at Double Eagle Golf, inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
At Koppel, during the holidays, we take time to cherish our terrific staff, community, and loyal customers that continue to drive that money-saving mile to Louisville, Nebraska. Hi, this is Sean Callahan. I can proudly say I bought my car at Koppel. If you are in the area, I invite you to stop by Koppel Chevrolet GMC's offices in Louisville or check them out online at koppelcars.com. On behalf of Koppel Chevrolet GMC, Merry Christmas and safe travels to all.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
'Tis the season to raise a little Cane by bringing Raising Cane's hand-battered cook-to-order chicken fingers to your holiday celebration. Spread joy and good cheer with crispy crinkle-cut fries, garlicky buttered Texas toast, and our signature Cane sauce. Make things even merrier with our festive beanies, socks, mugs, and more for everyone on your nice list. And for a little extra holiday spirit, drop a Cane's gift card in their stockings. Happy holidays from Raising Cane's. One love.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to look at their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
This holiday season, give yourself the ultimate gift, self-care and peace of mind. We know the holidays can bring stress, but did you know that managing that stress is key to your heart health? High blood pressure and heart disease can be impacted during this busy time. In fact, heart attacks are more common during the holidays. So take a moment for yourself. Breathe, relax, and prioritize your well-being. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska to learn more. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Looking for a last-minute Christmas gift for the Husker fan and the family? Look no further. Share the Husker spirit by purchasing a women's basketball starting five mini plan today for just $65. The plan includes reserved seats for 5 home Big Ten matches for just $65. The Big Ten schedule is packed, with the Huskers hosting 7 contests against 2024 postseason qualifiers. Help us show the Big Ten what Husker Nation is all about by purchasing your starting five mini plan today. Don't wait. Head over to huskers.com/tickets and secure your seat. Go Big Red.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. Quick segment so we can get back on time. One thing we got Beatrice Bakery holiday giveaway. The holiday season is upon us. We are partnering with Beatrice Bakery for some holiday cake giving. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket. All shows during the holiday season. Nominate people, organizations that you believe are in need of some delicious cakes, courtesy of Beatrice Bakery. From grandma's fruit cake, chocolate rum cake, strawberry daiquiri, and much, much more. Beatrice Bakery and The Ticket want to gift the world of yum to the most deserving people of Lincoln. Go to BeatriceBakery.com to view their selection and get some cakes for your holiday get-togethers. Also, you can send us a text with the person you are nominating in a few sentences saying why to our Sartor Heyman text line 402-464-5685 or email it to info@theticketfm.com. We got a guy out there. He must have heard it. He must want some Beatrice Bakery. Wishing he knew his name, man. It's DP. Before quick, I want to get your opinion because you are Virginian. What are your thoughts on Michael Vick being named the head coach at Norfolk State?
So I had my little brother actually was an athlete down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know quite a few of my youth league partners.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of them went to
Norfolk State.
Yeah. And to know that market and that region, right now I can tell you two things happen. One, Virginia Tech is not happy.
Well, they could have brought him on staff.
Right,
100%.
Right. Listen, it's the conversation we have all the time here.
It's easy enough.
This dude's right down the street, and there literally is not an athlete from Virginia who has more pull in his neighborhood than Michael Vick. For the caliber of athletes that exist down there, that Virginia Tech and Hampton are just angry right now.
Yeah.
Because they both you got caught sleeping on the job.
Yep. Never thought he would go this far and apply for the job. Never thought.
Here's the thing.
Right? I mean, that's had to be a thought. But you guys, when Virginia Tech football-wise, you got to think Virginia Tech is just a couple years, maybe a season ago, where Old Dominion literally pulled your pants down and smacked you in the butt. So you are losing recruiting, period. In
the hub.
Yeah, in the hub. And that's how people get fired.
Yeah, in the hub.
Real quick.
Hampton, Norfolk, that area, Virginia Beach for Virginia Tech is it's the center. It's okay. Equating not being able to recruit Omaha for the Huskers. It's right down the street, and them's your people. Those are your people.
Yeah.
And now Michael Vick has the ability to draw people, and he's going to get into some corners that Virginia Tech can't get into on a regular basis. And remember, he's got family down there.
Yeah.
He's got family and coaching friends down there. And he's got teammates, former teammates who live down there. If you're not paying attention to Teddy Bridgewater, if you're not paying attention to Eddie George, if you're not paying attention to Ed Reed, if you're not paying attention to Dion, and to get an understanding that in this particular vacuum of football, a version of college football, those players, those star players who were all leaders for their teams and their programs, now have the ability to walk in and say, you know what? I don't have to be your assistant. I don't have to be an analyst. I can go lead the program and think of how he's going to change that community.
Yeah, I mean, times have definitely changed. I mean, as far as how you build a staff, and let's call it your sub staff, I think is actually, me and Austin talked about it for the last couple of days. I think the most important thing that you can do, I'll call the analyst and the assistant to the assistant coaches, your lifeline of your coaching staff. And whether it was, and I think it all starts back, in my opinion, I think it all starts back with Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians set the NFL put him on notice, where he gave Larry Foote a job or a chance to coach. Brinston Buckner, Byron Leftwich. I mean, all these guys that normally would never been able to give a chance to coach, not maybe like full-time jobs, but they gave him assistant coaching jobs. He got them started, which essentially eased the angst of hiring former players. And then obviously you see that obviously with Deion Sanders and his staff, and numerous Miami's done it. I mean, if you haven't really paid attention, University of Miami goes about 9 deep on their defensive line. All eventually will be NFL prospects. Well, Jason Taylor's been down there through 2 coaching staffs, and he's not even a former Hurricane, but he's somebody locally that can bring some value.
You can relate to this. Imagine that in the phone call hey, it's you, that Bruce Smith, D'Angelo Hall, Corey gets the phone call. Marcus Vick gets the call to come down and say, you know what, I'm gonna need you as the quarterbacks coach to take some of the burden off of this. You've got running backs from Virginia Tech that are just sitting and waiting. You've got 4 different coaches who were analysts for programs, but weren't actually allowed to coach.
Yeah.
And they're all Atlanta Falcon, Buffalo Bills, Virginia Tech.
Yeah. The
Virginia
support that Michael Vick is going to get, through that Virginia DMV area is going to really do some wonders. And what he's going to do is provide a lot of opportunities for kids, maybe that, don't have the academic support or the, at home support. So he'll be able to bring a lot of those, and he'll make some really good decisions and really help people further their life, and not only on the football field, but outside of it.
Imagine this, Jay Foreman. Just an image, right? Imagine Allen Iverson as your quarterback's coach.
Yeah.
With Michael Vick as your, you imagine, can you see the lineup of athletes that will show up?
Newport News, Virginia has put out legendary high school and college and professional athletes.
Ronald Curry's still down there.
Ronald Curry, you got Allen Iverson, you got the Vick brothers and Bruce Smith. Big shout out to Michael Vick. Not only to, be a legendary player, go through some trials and tribulations, obviously, kept his head above water, got on the straight and narrow path, and now he's going to lead a bunch of young men to better things. But then also I think he's going to change the landscape of HBCUs. And so you got to go back to Deion Sanders. He did it, and he brought a light to it. And now it's actually more fashionable for former players to go there and do it. So anyways, we're up against the clock. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll talk about the portal. We'll give a portal update. The numbers are astounding. They're growing by the minute. I shouldn't be this excited about kids jumping in the portal because I know they're never going to get back out of there. But
I just like calling it the vortex.
It is the vortex, and it is very, very appealing, and it will attract many and spit out some. Anyways, Jay Foreman, DP Austin, we'll be right back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Old School with DP and Jay. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through December 31st is 30% off on Smithy pans. The Mercado is closed on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and it wishes you and yours a very happy holidays. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote control cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. Practical things. Brown Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3, get 1 free on smart wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy person in your life. Brown Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
When we're building homes for people, we're really trying to advise on the things that are going to create value so that when they go to sell it, they're going to have equity so that they can go build their second home.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The year has been a great year for Aspen Builders. We have had many repeat customers. We've been very blessed with great office staff, with great employees, and great subcontractors. We worked with a lot of new people building their dream home. We've built some great relationships. A lot of those relationships will continue. We'll be building them another new home down the road. So I'd like to take this time to wish all of our past customers and our future customers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds. And the high around 39. Tonight, mainly clear skies with a south breeze and a low around 28. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return, but it will be breezy. We'll see a high near 53. Meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. When you purchase a $50 gift card, you receive a $5 bonus card, or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, The Butchery, The Bakery, and all Lincoln Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs locations. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you need, advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
Dreaming of a green Christmas this year? Make it a reality with Acres. We're offering 0% for 60 months financing on most new John Deere compact tractors, Gator UTVs, and mowers. From moving snow to landscaping the perfect yard, John Deere equipment turns chores into child's play. Visit your local Acres store to start shopping today. Act now. These incentives expire December 31st, 2024. Financing requirements of approved credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions may apply.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman, live in effect, 1040 O Street. We are the Old School crew, back in full effect for a couple more days. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients Butcher Shop. Make sure you head over to the Butcher Shop, man. I know Thanksgiving just seems like it was yesterday, but got Christmas right around the corner. Don't know what everybody usually either puts on the grill or the smoker or in the oven for Christmas, but you can head over to the Mercado or in the Butcher Shop, and they'll get you lined up. But what's lined up, fellas, is this transfer portal. And it's getting bigger and bigger, and the market is crazier and crazier, supposedly, because I think the one thing I always say about the portal, you hear about the stories where guys break bread, right? Dylan Gabriel going right away, going from Oklahoma to Oregon. Obviously, that was probably talked about during the season. Get off the plane and nice little bag of checks and nice little house and all that other stuff. Bo Nix was there before, and he had the same situation when going from Auburn to Oregon. And those are the ones you hear about. Those are the ones you see on, the Bottom Line or ESPN and obviously on all the different, websites and stuff like that. But for amount of kids that are in the portal, whether it's circumstances, encouraged to go in the portal or by their own choosing, is going to continue to grow, even though it closes technically on the 28th. The portal is always open. And it's just a matter of when you just push send on the email to get in the portal. And obviously Nebraska's got to, they got to go to the portal again this year, just like they did last year, and what they will have to do every year. People also need to understand every year, no matter what happens. So if Nebraska goes 14-0 or whatever it is to win the championship, Or on the opposite end, there will be guys going in the portal. And that's just the day and age of college football. You can't retain all the guys because they don't want to be retained. You can't retain all the guys just because of, there's a kind of soft salary cap with the revenue sharing, so forth and so on. And then obviously, you can't pay everybody. If you're having a good season, a lot of people are going to want your players. If you had a 6-6 season or kind of like a mediocre season, but you've shown, young players that can play, they're going to want your players. And that's just part of like college football, man. It's interesting just because of the amount of, some of these guys, I watch college football pretty extensively, and watch games and replay games and try to watch different leagues. And so you can see there's a lot of players I've never heard of going to big time places. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of colleges I've never heard of that where guys are going. Like I'm just looking right now, Elijah Teu Tolliver, the running back, 6'1", 204, going to Michigan State. He's a 3-star or 2-star, where it's like you never heard of this dude, and he's going to. And sometimes people will be willing to transfer to back up now based on the money, and that's where I say you better look at it differently because how sweet it seems right now to go to a place. If you like or love football, you should love to play. Watching will not be as appealing, no matter what the extra, let's say 15 to 20,000 is.
Quick numbers update: 1,900 young men in the college football transfer portal right now. 311 of them, so 16%, have committed, and 23 have withdrawn. 1.2% of players.
So it's about 18% you get action.
Okay, but we have to remember that 18% of the players are no longer available to play where they were playing just from a number standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the natural friction that happens that would move players anyway. Players who don't play. I think the real way to look at transfer portal, one, is to look at players who actually play. If you want to identify what the transfer portal is really about, it's the Trey Palmer, Samari Toure sort of vibe. We spend a lot of time, just like in recruiting, we spend a lot of time talking about 1,800 high school players who are never going to play at Nebraska and we're never going to see in a college game. We spent in recruiting. We literally talked about a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just not important. Jay, here's the question. How many players on most rosters, we could just say Nebraska, that you had heard of before they were under Nebraska's radar? Aside from the walk-on kids, right?
Mm.
How many players? We get lost in because we're consumed by it all the time. But the reality is, most of the kids who come across the ticker saying that this person is visiting, how many players visit and never come here?
Oh, you mean like high school kids like come on visits?
Yeah.
Well, you could probably get more of a hard number because you're only allowed so many visits, right? Like official visits
in the transfer portal.
No, just recruiting.
I thought they got rid of the number of officials that players can take, and they upped it for schools.
Right. So this is my point, that the programs have always used massive numbers. You cast a wider net than the actual work that you want to do.
Somebody will bite.
Right. Casting of the wider net, and you never know what you're going to catch, right? Because sometimes you throw a wide net and you miss. You don't go deep enough. And we say better fishing gives better product. The same thing applies to the transfer portal. That for all these kids who went in, there are people that, one, Jay may know because, hey, he knew his coach or he played with his coach. I may know them. Austin may have heard of them. But the reality is most people don't know the 80% of the people in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
90% of the people in the transfer portal. Like you can identify some of them by the school that they were playing at.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask, okay, that running back from Michigan, immediately your ears perk up. But he had 22 carries.
Yeah, 3 years.
Right. Okay, so what'd you get? Like, we don't really know. Or the kid from North Dakota State who had 70 catches. Okay, at least I understand now. I can kind of, it's the Billy Kemp thing.
Yeah.
You still have to do the work. It's nice to have somebody who has produced, but the reality is, we'll say for 1,900 kids, we really only gonna care about 38 of them when all is said and done.
Yeah, it's tough because you mentioned Samari Toure, and then you mentioned Trey Palmer. So Samari Toure came here from a smaller school with a lot of production. So you've seen it, right? He was a very productive receiver. So, but then when he got here, you saw, look, he handled himself like a professional, and he eventually obviously became very productive. Trey Palmer was a little bit different. He was down in LSU, caught up in a numbers game behind 3 or 4 NFL receivers, and he was barely. He got let's be honest, he got a lot of scrub duty and was a punt returner. Well, then obviously it was for the best thing for Trey. Mickey Joseph knew and recruited and kind of coached him or knew of him since he was like 12, 13 years old. So he knew exactly how he was built. That's the difference in the portal. That's a great example of the extremes that work out very well. You got kind of like the known, kind of like the easy bet, kind of the more less risk bet in Samari Toure, because he's like, okay, well, just say his production will dip down 15%. Okay, now you got like 850 yards, right? We know, clean off the field. Then you got the same type of, stuff with Trey Palmer. Now it's like, what if, but what made that equal was Mickey Joseph and his relationship with Trey. So the transfer portal is just recruiting. You're just, like DP says, essentially you're like a, person that goes out there and you're like, fishing for shrimp. You just put the nest out there and see which ones you can catch and who can come, to the top and be fruition, or, trying to, come up. I mean, yes, you have to evaluate.
You're picky after you have them in the net.
Yeah, because some of them you get them here on your trip, or some of them you have, and you throw them back in. So you know what, you're not what I wanted, and you got some damages and stuff like that. So it's just kind of.
And we also forget we forget in talking about this that even if you're a non-athlete, you're in the transfer portal as a college student. There are I would think the number's around 12% of students who just decide that they need to go to a different program. They just need to go to a different school. And it has nothing to do. Sometimes it has to do with money. Sometimes they can go to a community college, get the same degree for less money, or they just want to be closer to home, or any variety of reasons, or they just don't like where they are. Right? And it happens as students. It also happens when you graduate and get into the job pool. It literally is the same weeding process, and it happens. So we can't act like, oh my goodness, this is all new and it's ruining everything. No. All of these behaviors and things have happened all along.
Just in different form.
Yep,
I mean, that's 100% right.
We just need to sit back and go, okay, Johnny going somewhere else.
Well, I mean, there's also stuff to it, right? So it's just like if you're trying to get into like med school or whatever, and you want to go to that school, right? But you don't get accepted there, or you're on the waiting list. Well, then now you got to go to your second choice, and so forth and so on. And then sometimes in order to, like I know law school is very competitive. And so to maybe get a better offer, you have to go back and take a couple classes. And that means to football or basketball, you just got to get better.
Well, they say
you got to get better.
How much does it mean to you?
But you got to go get better at this particular skill in order for you to go to a higher level. And that's sometimes when you go down the level, you level down and level back up. Look, you got your Connect 4 guy out there with the Lakers, where he was at Northern Colorado.
Northern
Colorado, like literally in the abyss. Dude ends up being a lottery pick. I would argue,
just outside the lottery.
Just outside the lottery,
16 teams past him.
But he's playing like a lottery pick. He's a first round pick in the NBA. Yes, he got better, obviously. Yes, he put in the time. But you can't convince me that dude ain't always been that good. He just was overlooked.
Well, I mean, Josh Allen's a perfect example, right? If you just want to say that, listen, a lot of people were wrong. A lot of coaches, a lot of scouts were wrong. A lot of admission officers who had the opportunity to get that guy into a legitimate top level school instead of him having to go to Wyoming. Now, he could have just said, maybe Wyoming is the best place for me. But we can't imagine that being true, right? We don't know that. And had it been NIL and transfer portal back in Josh Allen's day, what percentage does he finish at Wyoming? Not much.
No.
It's not very high, right? Right? If this was going on with Brock Purdy, listen, we see what's happening in the league, that he will get more money simply because he got better at the things that he needed to get better at, and he needed to be in a different space. Again, the transfer, 1,900 kids.
And growing.
You can go from the Brock Purdy example, which is completely fair, the Josh Allen example. What about a Tom Brady at Michigan?
Right. Like,
you can go from the low major to the high major.
He was not happy. He was not happy. I mean, we would have gone through that with Joe Burrow. We would have gone through that with Baker Mayfield. We would have gone through that. I mean, there's a whole
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray,
Jalen Hurts, Russell Wilson,
Jalen Hurts,
John Elway. We can go back to John Elway. We can go all the way back to Burt Jones. We can keep going back. Those things, Joe Theismann, those things happen. Yeah. And we yes, it's talked about with new verbiage, but the reality is
it's been happening for a long time.
It's been happening for
and it's a shock to people's system because the NCAA and the rules and the transfer rules and obviously not being able to be compensated have literally been lock and key for decades. And so now it's like, okay, now they're actually operating like the free world, and they're trying. A lot of them are trying to take advantage of it. Some of them are getting taken advantage of, and some of them are probably making impulsive decisions, without the best advice. And so, the water is muddy. We got a bit update though. I don't know if it was now Vincent Jackson, who was at Nebraska, he just committed to UConn.
Stores.
Yeah.
Second mention of this show. How about that?
Stores is having a day.
Yeah, they got a big nose tackle up there, so hopefully it does well. And look, man, you got guys going just essentially, Ole Miss to Texas Tech. I mean, you want to say it's lateral or not? You obviously it's a nice little paycheck down there in Texas. So, it's just it's hard because there's so many guys in there, and you probably got to stay up day and night and to try to evaluate it and see how it really fits into your system, and then where you want to go from there. And so, patience is probably the best, and then obviously you got to make sure it's a great fit because as we talked about the Trey Palmers and the Torres, you want to make sure for these kids' sake, I would give them advice that even if you go somewhere with the money being somewhat the same or equal, make sure the position that you're going to play fits your skill set. You know what I'm saying? You go back and listen to or think about O'Shawn, right? Probably didn't meet expectations. Was it some on him or some on the scheme? Probably a little bit of both, but you got to put it, you got to be, look, dude, you got to study. Now he was fortunate enough to be 6'6" and have that frame to be in the NFL, but the habits that you needed to potentially go higher, you didn't take advantage of while here. So there's a part of that portal thing that just people just glossed it, that you're just going to show up. It's almost like essentially this is the modern day version of open free agency and John Madden.
Well, he also believed that he was just drowning where he was. Like he wasn't advancing. He wasn't getting getting to make mistakes. He wasn't getting to correct those mistakes. I mean, there are a ton of players who came through the process and said, "Hey, listen, it just didn't work for me there," and all of that's fair because the young linebacker that was here and ends up at the Evil Empire, and you go, "Okay, it seemed to make sense for you to stay home," but the reality is he wanted to go and play in a traditional system for him under new leadership, and you just want a different voice. And you're right in doing that too. I would just say this. I immediately think back that Mike Rozier probably would have had a different career had he been in a transfer portal world. Right? Coming from
Mike, Mike, yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Right. So those things would have happened.
He'd been a 3-4 school guy.
And then I would ask Jay Foreman, how much money would the University of Miami, Florida would have offered him after his sophomore year.
Yeah. It would have been a little hard.
Right. It'd have been a pretty good amount of money. And then
Probably
imagine
more than Kansas State.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but imagine the story, right? That wait a minute.
I need a car.
That Jay wins the title against Miami, and Miami comes to get Jay to bring him back to his dad's alma mater against Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys that came in as rookies together or like freshmen together that are going to be playing against each other just 6 months from now, or like, say somebody leaves at the end of spring ball, they'll play against their friends and possibly the last place they were just at. A little bit less than 6 months after that. So it's just an interesting time in college football, and it's only going to get crazier because I think there's a social media part of it too that drives the craziness, drives the I guess the advisors and the parents, because they lust for it too. They like the attention. They like being involved. They like to think that we have some sort of control because I'm Austin's agent. And you know what? I can, if you don't bow down to Austin, well, Austin's going over to here.
Well, you recruit the parents just like you recruit the players, don't you?
In some cases, you're recruiting them first.
Right.
Oh, yeah. There's one thing you have to do more than ever. And it was really, really, I felt like, when we talked about this, even on Old School, I think we were still at 48th and O Street, when the ruling came that the universities could pay for the parents to come on official visits. So we thought, and we were in agreement, that it was really, really good because we felt like it would give kids a better chance to make educated decisions. So you wouldn't be here for 6 months and be like, you know what? I made a bad decision. I got to start over.
And costing everybody resource and time.
Right. And yourself and the opportunity to make the right decision. Well, we thought that was it. So it'd be good that on the player standpoint. Well, then also I think it was really good for the coaches to be able to not evaluate the parents. You got to evaluate the parents, evaluate what makes them tick, because then now you know supposedly more about the players. But then also you're able to recruit the parents as well. So then therefore the parents have at least one official visit that you can meet face to face and kind of maybe lay down some foundation to hopefully that the relationship ends up being better than just overnight. They're like, you know what, we did that for you, but no, now you can go wherever you want, when you want, how you want. So now you're doing essentially, I guess, the college football version of speed dating.
Yep.
And
back at it.
And they're expecting you to make good decisions. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We're going to talk about the Chiefs, Mr. Mahomes. And we're going to ask DP, head coach, general manager. You know what the Chiefs' record is. You know what they can do. You know Patrick Mahomes. 2 more games in about 6 or 7 days, I think, right, Austin?
Yeah, they'll play Sunday, and then they'll play on Christmas Day.
Right, so they got about 6, 7 days. Do you rest him or do you play him knowing who you mentioned before and the Buffalo Bills are playing the best football right now and possibly could get the number 1 seed and the bye, which obviously would work against a high ankle sprain? DP, Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, we'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
When we're building homes for people, we're really trying to advise on the things that are going to create value so that when they go to sell it, they're going to have equity so that they can go build their second home.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, the year has been a great year for Aspen Builders. We have had many repeat customers. We've been very blessed with great office staff, with great employees, and great subcontractors. We worked with a lot of new people building their dream home. We've built some great relationships. A lot of those relationships will continue. We'll be building them another new home down the road. So I'd like to take this time to wish all of our past customers and our future customers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to look at their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry, this deal ends soon. See Home Club for details.
New year, new you? Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th, but if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you need, advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
This holiday season, grab the gift that everyone is hoping to open on Christmas morning and savor for as long as possible. Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Beatrice Bakery offers their traditional fruitcake, their signature liqueur cakes infused with rum, brandy, or other liqueurs, and now Beatrice Bakery has nut-free options. Visit grandmasbakeshop.com to place your order now. They'll ship anywhere in the world. Happy holidays from Beatrice Bakery.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Second segment, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. We're going to move over to the NFL. We have one cool text here by 1151. He said, remember when coaches could block where you could transfer? That was crazy back in the day. And I think they used to block, what is that? You hear that?
Yeah. It's just Jay's microphone.
Mess with your cord. See if you can come back to us.
Yeah.
Plug it in.
There we go.
No.
No.
Here, you don't hop on this one.
Yeah. Switch them up.
Hey, that sounded like I was robbing a bank.
Freaky Friday.
Hey, like I was robbing a bank. All in all 20s and hundreds.
All of it.
I want all the money.
Hit the floor.
Anyways, DP said it before we went to break. Patrick Mahomes went to Cleveland, represented, obviously. But more importantly, that he's compromised. He's got a slight high ankle sprain. Had ankle sprains before. Buffalo Bills went to Detroit and did what Buffalo Bills need to do. But Buffalo is on the heels of Kansas City. You're now the GM, head coach. What would you do with Patrick Mahomes, considering you have 2 games in like 8 days? Mm-hmm. What would you do moving forward, knowing in the back of your mind, if you win 1 or 2 games, you most likely have home field advantage, which then you get a full week off, or you risk more further damage on top of maybe losing a game because you don't have cakewalks down the stretch. Do you sit him out for 1 week and then try to get him on Christmas Day, or you try to get him a win right now and maybe potentially not have him on Christmas Day, considering all eyes will be on Kansas City on Christmas Day?
Everything about it says he plays.
Yeah, I mean, if he's healthy, sure.
If he's not all the way healthy, he's the guy that fights to get back in even with a limp, right? He's the guy that looks at Andy and says, no, I'm good. And his teammates need him. They need him. Now, we still don't know the backup situation in Kansas City.
We do.
Well, we do.
Andy Reid said we have full confidence. Did you hear what he said? Do you have full confidence in him?
Hey,
I have more confidence in Carson Wentz with Andy Reid than I do Carson Wentz with Frank Reich.
Full confidence is Patrick Mahomes' confidence. You don't have that kind of full confidence in Carson Wentz. But okay. If you do, then 1 game at a time, make plays. But we come from the DMV where the phrase is scared money don't make money. And if you can't fake football.
Mm-mm.
So if you're a football player and you got 3 more games to play, you play the 3 games. Remember, if you're coaching from fear, you end up with Carson Wentz, right? Like if you have full confidence in Carson Wentz, you're not scared if Patrick Mahomes goes out there and plays.
No.
Yeah, it's what he said. You get full confidence. Okay, then Pat gets to play, and then whatever happens, happens. Now, you never put that into the universe, right? You never have that conversation. Like, I'm not wishing that on anybody. And quarterbacks, especially in this day and age, have to play forward. You can't play backwards in the NFL. Not the quarterback position, and certainly not the way Patrick Mahomes plays. He is a risk taker. He's high risk, high reward. That's a part of his DNA makeup. And we know that he can get the ball in certain spaces, and he can, but now he has to make smarter decisions when he's at risk. And don't put yourself at risk.
Yeah, I mean, I trust Patrick Mahomes to do the right thing. What I don't trust is him making it out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tricky situation that it looked like I would say an innocent hit put them in. Now, in like we talked about with the NCAA tournament, is like there's some teams that are going in the NCAA tournament thinking about my run to the championship versus teams that are just thinking like if they're in a conference and you go to 76 DP that they just want to get in the tournament.
Yep.
I think that's where the Chiefs are, which is a lot different than 85% of the league. They're thinking about a championship. So as you make these type of decisions moving forward and going into the meat of the schedule for Kansas City, or like let's say the gauntlet for them. I mean, you play Houston at home.
When does the gauntlet start then?
Well, this is right here. Hey. You just snuck that one in. Yeah, I mean, dang, Austin.
I'm a salty Colts fan. Had to get my shot.
Yeah,
congrats
you did,
on
man.
I told you that earlier in the week, though, so I could take that shot because I told you congrats on the division earlier.
Well, I said thank you, but dang, we passed that. 72 hours passed, but it's cool. Well, they play Houston on Saturday, and then you turn around on Wednesday and you play. This is the one that's is dangerous at Pittsburgh on Wednesday, Christmas Day. Because you got to think, you play Saturday, you play at noon. The game's over at 4 p.m. You're probably not home to 6 or 7, and you play essentially like the game's on Wednesday, but you in the air to go to Pittsburgh Tuesday. So you're not even back recovered. And if you get dinged up, or if you get it twinged a little bit, he ain't gonna be able to play or be effective against Pittsburgh. And the way Patrick Mahomes plays, especially down the stretch, this is what makes him so dangerous. Yes, he takes risks, but they're calculated risks, and they always are right. He makes the best decisions under pressure because he puts in the work. And maybe we'll deal with some so-so games earlier in the season, but right now this is when he becomes dangerous because his legs become a little bit more alive. He finds a way to play through pain, and he will make that run with a high ankle sprain and essentially a cast on his ankle, and then he'll get it, and then he'll get healthy, and then he'll come back and win a Super Bowl, and then he gets a little bit more efficient. He gets a lot better at the situational football. So if he gets dinged up in any of these next two games, and mathematically you're still in it for the first place, and you go to Denver, now you got another decision, and you got to go to Denver on the flex game against a Broncos team at home and Kansas City on the road that rushed the quarterback at a pretty good rate this year. It's tough.
You're a football player. You're an NFL football player at a high level. You're the best player in the game.
Oh yeah.
And I can't see him moonwalking in a critical moment. He's a competitor.
Yeah.
Like, listen, you're not going to go out there and have CJ Stroud shred your defense, and you stand on the corner looking at Carson Wentz going, "Come on, man, come on." You're not going to sit in a battle of him of the Chiefs and the Steelers.
So I think if it's a normal quarterback, the coach makes the decision because you have to coach for the bigger picture, and you're at bigger picture time. I think at this point, I think Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have enough respect, and he trusts them enough that he thinks that he trusts Patrick Mahomes will make the right decision. It's a hard decision because this is a decision, not a Sunday to Sunday decision. It's a Saturday to Wednesday decision. It's 2 games in like 5 days. This is a hard decision. This is a decision that they might not ever have to make in the rest of either one of their careers with any other player.
Is there a world in which Patrick Mahomes skips the game against the Texans but plays against the Steelers? Is there a world in which he plays neither game? Because I think that the most likely is he tries it against Houston. If he's banged up, he doesn't play against Pittsburgh. But why would you not play against Pittsburgh, right? That's the marquee game. It's Christmas Day. If you're Kansas City, again, like you said, you're trying to set up your path, right, to the Super Bowl.
Right.
You're in the playoffs. You've been to Buffalo in the playoffs. You've won on the road before. But that's the past. This is now.
And
right?
It's a different
You're not
Buffalo
the same team.
Yeah.
You're not the same Buffalo or Kansas City team. How worth it is the 1 seed to them? Because you want to make sure that you get him enough reps to stay in tune and in shape, but also he is your biggest weapon, right? He is the biggest weapon on the Chiefs, bar none.
Yeah, but the Chiefs believe they're the best team in football, and I don't think it matters. I don't think any of the other stuff matters. He wants to play because he's the best player on the best team in the NFL, and then the result is the byproduct of them being who they are on a regular and consistent basis. They don't worry about the result because the result's going to happen because, we're well-trained, well-prepared, well-conceived, and we execute.
Yeah.
So, okay, listen, what we're going to do against Houston? A whole lot of pitch and catch.
Yeah.
Right? We'll get the ball out of Pat's hands. We're not going to ask him to scramble and keep an extra dude in out of the route to give him extra protection. We'll do that for the next 2 weeks. Okay. Oh, you know what? We decided we're going to run the ball these 2 weeks. We're going to take chances. We're going to throw out of the backfield. Right? We go back to the old Travis Kelsey option route. 2 tight ends. Let's do that because you can get the ball out.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to try that. I mean, if there's a game, Austin, that he's going to skip, and they probably feel more comfortable playing, and then the politics around it with being a Christmas Day game would be at Houston, because Houston's defense, or quite frankly, Houston's offensive line, even though they played well last week, has not been very good.
Oh, the NFL would not let Patrick Mahomes not be on TV on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he would miss that game playing there, and then really, if depends on how these next 2 games go, then you start to look at the schedule what Buffalo has, because that's what really
Patriots, Jets, Patriots.
Right. So you're like, okay, chances of Buffalo going 3-0, and if they're not 3-0, then they're like, okay, if we're the number 2 seed, then nobody plays in that Denver game.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Sean Payton, you got a nice little win. So it's interesting times though with Kansas City. I know we got a lot of Kansas City fans. Kansas City fans I will say this before we go to break. Kansas City fans, I'm letting you know, you are moving up the charts as the most annoying fans ever. Because now it's all of a sudden we always were good and all that. There's been some times when you had Steve DeBerg in the number 1 seed and my man Marty Schottenheimer talking about the gleam, and you were not gleaming.
They had some dudes. They had some stinky quarterbacks.
Yeah, there was a time where you guys were always choke at home. So, anyways, we're gonna take a quick break. Come back, put a bow on this bad boy. Old school crew back in effect. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's Recovery Lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylab.lnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. volleyball is the next major league.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Everybody likes choices when it comes to gifts, and a Max Tan gift card offers spray tanning, UV tanning, and red light therapy at all Lincoln locations. Give the gift that everyone wants this holiday season by visiting any Max Tan location in Lincoln or at maxtan.net.
At Midwest Bank, they want to thank all the generous donors who helped make their 2024 turkey drive for schools a success. Thanks to the generosity, they raised enough money to provide 153 families across 6 different schools in Lincoln with a full Thanksgiving meal. With your support, they made Thanksgiving Day for those families a little brighter. They want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, it's been a while since we talked. Hey, what's the latest news at Honda of Lincoln?
It has been a while, Charlie. I hope you're doing well. Happy Honda Days is in full swing, and we have over 200 new Hondas in stock right now, ready for our customers to drive home.
Wow, that's the most you've had in a long time.
It is, Charlie. And we have great lease offers and financing from just 0.9% APR.
Hey, Andy, let me tell them about the pre-owned. They have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from, with financing from 3.9% APR available. Incredible deals on new and used during Happy Honda Days, or if you need tires on your current vehicle, Honda of Lincoln is your best choice. Maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Quick segment, Jay Foreman, DP Austin. Kansas City fans, DP is going to bless you right now with some of the names that you've had in recent history take snaps at the quarterback position.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't always. It wasn't always MVP.
And now we got to say this: it's not as bad as the Chicago Bears.
No, nothing.
Or the Dolphins. That's your other favorite.
Nothing.
But the Chicago Bears, man,
they
dang.
They were stinky poo poo.
Go ahead, hit them off.
They were stinky poo poo. So let's go back in time, because there was a time before Patrick Mahomes where some great signal callers lined up behind center. The great Tony Adams, legendary career of Tony Adams, guys like Steve Fuller, getting double-digit starts in several years. Bill Kenny did his thing. The great legendary Todd Blackledge, Frank Surer, Matt Stevens, Doug Hudson got a couple of starts in there. 58-year-old Ron Jaworski.
Yes. Well, hit him up with the ones in more recent.
Mark Vlasic got a start. Steve Bono, I can't even call him Bono. Bono, Elvis Gerbach, got a lot. Damon Heward, lit it on fire. Brody Croyle with 9 starts for the Chiefs behind center. Hey, Tyler Thigpen gave you 11 starts. That must have been a fiery time. Tyler Palco, and then he was then replaced by Kyle Orton.
I didn't even know he played there.
Yeah. Brady Quinn, the greatest chin in all of quarterback history. And a large dome. And then, of course, the spot starts of the greatest clipboard holder in NFL history,
Chase
Daniel. And they led to some seasons, because I just need to remind you that there was
Matt Castle too, right?
Matt Castle, listen, you have to go to the underbelly to get to Matt Castle, because there's some real turd burger quarterbacks up there at the top of this thing.
Okay, but how many of those quarterbacks would you rather have Carson Wentz then? Like, where on that list does Carson Wentz fall?
He has a key that none of those quarterbacks can get on his floor. He's not even on the penthouse. He's on the floor where the pool is. Them other folks is on the first floor with outside access only. Those folks have people pull up with lights shining in the window to their hotel. They hear all the fire alarms and police alarms. Carson Wentz is upstairs inside the corridor in the back corner, and his room actually has corners.
if Andy Reid and those guys have to start Carson Wentz and he plays well, Andy Reid is officially the QB whisperer.
Well, you have the Philly connection. You already have the Philly connection, so it's a thing. You kind of
he needs to bring Chad Henne back.
Yeah,
Chad Henne was legit.
I think
he was legit.
Chad finest.
Yeah.
He's no Matt Moore.
Ask Jake Sorensen about Matt Moore.
He's
Matt
no
Moore,
Matt
you
Moore.
know what? Give Matt Moore credit. He actually ended up being pretty good.
He's no Trent Green. He wasn't even close.
No, Trent Green was cold-blooded, though,
He
when he played.
he was no 43-year-old Dave Craig, that's for sure.
That was back when you...
Hey, Washington's finest, Steve Pallure.
Dang, Kansas City fans, I apologize, man. DP truly, as you hear the laugh, he truly enjoys just putting the dagger in the heart. Kansas City fans would reply, DP, it's been all worth it for Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not mad at you.
With that being said, we're back in effect. We'll be back in effect tomorrow, Thursday, and then also we'll have live call-ins and updates from Rico down there in Louisville. Jay Foreman, DP Austin, we're out.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
New year, new you? Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th. But if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.